Hey Collective, thank you so much for being here. As you can see, I am outside, so I'm not sure what will happen during this reading as I'm sitting in front of this beautiful park in London. And in the reflection, at least you can tell a little, but I just got the green light to do this reading. And it's going to be abstract, it's going to use metaphors. Things will come through that I'm not expecting, and I'm getting a message to brace yourself. So I shuffled all the cards that I have here to use, and there have been a few that have wanted to come out. 3 of which I have not seen yet what they are, but one wanted to make itself clear, and it's the gratitude card. I do want to read this just to get you into the mood, I guess. It says, develop a daily practice of gratitude. Breathe and slow down. Observe the beauty around you. Find the action, task, or act that is a positive one for you and ripple that out into the world. Be generous with your time. Someone thinks you owe them something. Curious thing about that is that on the top of another deck that I shuffled, this came out, which I'll be careful to show anything. Releasing allegiances. So there might be someone who feels like you owe them something. Maybe you had made a bit of a promise or signed a contract or something of that nature, and you are choosing to break it so that you can free yourself. Now, this could be literal, or it could be energetic in a way. I'm not sure how much this will tie into any of the previous readings that I've done, but I have a feeling it will. And if you've been following along for those, I want to thank you again for being here, for subscribing, for liking, and for commenting if you have. It really helps not only the channel grow, but it helps me know what's really going on for this collective in a way that I could not have believed is true unless I took the risk and put myself out there like this. So I just want to thank you so much. It does feel like a more formal vibe that I'm going for, that I'm feeling out, and each opportunity I have to show up in front of you is one that I am eternally grateful for. Yes. So there's a bit of a wavering energy though. There's a bit of a I can see a teeter-totter. Maybe this is something to do with childhood. Your inner child coming out to play, and you freeing yourself from this allegiance or contract or relationship or something is allowing you to step into a version of yourself that you've been waiting a long time to step into. And I just heard a trunk close, so doors are closing, you could say, so that your path could be made more clear. All right, so now I want to see what's here. Oh, wow, okay. Accessing the unified field, as well as whatever you can see on the top. This is spending time with yourself and your ideals of pleasure, and allowing them to help you unfold into this version of yourself. Now, I'm not sure I'll read this card or give you the reading that the book has, but I think it'll play into much, much more. So, the Star. I think we've begun to understand this card here. If you've seen it before in any of my other readings, I've been a little lost as to what this really meant. And as you can see, there is a person being seen on this porch. And the meaning behind it really has made itself clear now. There's an aspect of yourself that has taken the reins of your life for, well, it could feel like far too long. And now you are willing enough to take the risk to let another aspect of yourself lead the way. And how this will continue to unfold is very much up to you, and I don't think you would want to have it any other way. You're done being put into a box. You're done living in the midst of other people's rules. It's your time to shine. And brightly as you naturally would, without being confined. Free from judgment, free to love. Now, it's another card that I didn't see what was here, and I'll read this message to finish out the reading, but before, I do want to get some tarot out to see what really is here, what's been going on. And just something about the comments wants to come through about how incredibly accurate some readings can be for you, whether they're from me or not, or other readers. You know when something resonates deep in your bones. Claim it, for yourself in some way. Honor that part of you that wants to branch out and reach out and lean into the world anew. Okay. Whew. A bit of a hefty introduction, but I think that this is coming into alignment with you needing to reintroduce yourself. And maybe you're just introducing yourself to a new group of people, but we all have connections that we've carried with us for a long time, and you know which ones you can bring with you and which ones you just can't. So, 9 of Cups at the core of your reading. You are ready to be served by the universe. And here is your opportunity. It's right at hand. You know exactly what this is. Redefining your mind also is coming through with this King of Swords. Redefining your ability to communicate your needs, your boundaries, confirmation, your dreams. This is coming from a place of, I am powerful. I am that I am, if you're familiar with that phrase. And now I do hear an airplane in the distance, and your engines are revving up to begin this new chapter. Judgment. You can trust your judgment calls. You're based in a secure knowing of who you are and what you have to offer. Although it might not necessarily be fully manifested at the moment, there's definitely been enough things that have manifested that you created with your effort, your relationship with divine, however you refer to that. You have really made a life for yourself now. Or at least an opportunity that you're not afraid to step into. Be grateful for your neighbors, I'm hearing. But also, I think that there's just a call to find appreciation in the connections that are there to support you. Wholeheartedly and freely. Another plane. So your plans are big. I'm hearing robust. You're stepping into your 10 of Pentacles. I feel like taking a moment to smile no matter who's watching, Do you find yourself connecting with something, someone, and you're all smiles? Let them pass by. Let the others see you smile. Because why not? You don't have to make yourself smaller anymore. I know it's been a long road. 9 of Wands. And it has not been easy. The Knight of Swords. You've had to defend quite a lot. Your peace, your sense of protection. There's something I want to clarify about this Knight of Swords, though. And I can see a little kid leading their parent. So actually feel something very special about this newer generation deserves to feel supported as they not only continue to find themselves, and this could be you if you're watching, but to know that it's all about showing up just as you are and not allowing your perceived shortcomings to tear you down, to make you feel like an imposter, you know? You don't have to hold on so tightly to a version of you that doesn't work, you know? That doesn't actually know their worth. Because you don't have to fight for your worthiness. And I do feel like I have to say that a little louder. You do not have to fight for your worthiness. At work, in a relationship, with people, you don't. Another 4. That sounded a bit like a clown noise, but it was someone's brakes, so you might find yourself in a place where I'm hearing people stumble when they see you, if they're not ready, because they realize that you are very powerful. But something hidden has really come through now, so that it's peeping out so much that it's not really hidden anymore, but you still have to get it and grab it out. Something like that. Ooh, and the 5 of Wands fell into the past position with the King of Pentacles, so it's been a bit of a tug of war. It does feel important to acknowledge that the energy that you've had to battle, it's been a war. You have been at war, and you might have felt like you've maybe been a little too dramatic about some things or some feelings or something like that you've had, but with what I'm feeling here, it feels very justified. It feels very, and I'm paying attention to this gratitude card again, but to the Capricorn situation. You've really been butting heads, or people have been wanting to butt heads with you when you're coming from a place of love. You always have been. Are they? Nine of Swords. No. They haven't. And to let them convince you that you've been making maybe poor decisions or not thinking things through all the way, that's just not true. You have. And I see this card not in the way, but it's almost like you've had a yes this whole time. You've had a yes. And I'll read it to you too. Kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. Thank you very much. No longer butting heads with fear or doubt in your ability to create the life that you deserve, and more. Because when you collaborate, you co-create with spirit, with the divine, with your higher self, your inner being, however you want to call it, things will show up and in an even more brilliant way than you could have planned. Sometimes it takes time, but it's worth it. And I think you know exactly what does need to take time. Because there's no rush. We're not rushing when we see beautiful things unfold, right, before our eyes. We're not looking at a beautiful tree or garden of flowers and feeling rushed. We're actually feeling the opposite. We're feeling, ooh, let me take my time. Let me savor this life. Let me put down the mental obstacles that maybe I've been creating or that have been created so that I can continue to grind away and burn out and be forced not to play. You have faith in the process, and your power revisits you in waves until you choose to set the tone and open your channel. Step by step, you have something you are ready to offer. The Knight of Pentacles is normally the slowest moving knight in the tarot, and normally he's on his way to something. But here, he's arrived. You have arrived, regardless of gender. One last card for collective tarot card. The Emperor. If that's not confirmation enough, I don't know what would be. Really, I mean, God would have to come down and present this to you themselves, herself. I just watched a movie last night called Ladies First, and my goodness, that movie has been wanting to be made for a long time. There's a lot of truth being shown. I'm hearing feminine perspective, regardless of gender. I'm hearing emotional availability. Anyone? We can talk. Respect is necessary. It's not a pleasantry. That's for someone who's been going through something that you just want to throw your hands up, right? Like, really? I feel a little coded. I feel a little mysterious. Yet, there's this energy of not needing to explain yourself again and again and again, or over and over and over. You don't need to do that. You're done with that, right? When you choose to invest your time and energy into something or someone, a relationship, a mentorship, maybe you're a teacher, that's different. That's what giving back should look like, from a perspective of generosity and grace and love and kindness and honesty. Doesn't make it easy, for sure, but it's the right thing to do, you know? No matter how hard it can sound for some people. How hard it can feel to hear, I mean. So, I've read this card before on this channel, and I'll read it again. Life mothers us. sometimes with kindness and sometimes with challenges that we need to grow. Give yourself a spiritual vote of confidence in what you are capable of attaining. Your soul is greening. That means you are healing and growing. As your soul continues to flourish, the outer evidence of that shall manifest beautifully. There is a sacred creative magic within you. Remember who you are and claim rightful possession of that magic, of your path, of your intentions. You can accomplish what you set your mind to. Forgive yourself and increase your compassion, not only for others, but for yourself too. Bam. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, collective. Honestly, I'm really, really, really looking forward to continuing to show up. And I high five you, if I fist pump you, because you are too, and I can feel it. I can hear the responses, and it's incredible how powerful, how so in love with life you are becoming. And if you're just waking up to this now, get ready, because your dreams are going to come true. It's only a matter of time.